making a video on a topic another YouTuber has already covered. If you do that, you should honestly have to uninstall your fucking internet and be thrown in the slammer. You should be branded with something that haunts you for the rest of your life, like on your fucking permanent record. You should have to register like a sex offender registry, but for YouTubers that steal content ideas. It's disgusting, you filthy vermin, stealing ideas. Oh, man, I really hate that idea where if someone talks about something, everyone else is forbidden from talking about it. Yesterday I posted the SNL is awful video, but 2 hours before I posted it, Drew Gooden posted something about SNL. I didn't know he was making that. He didn't call me on the phone telling him that he has reserved rights to talking about SNL. So I didn't get the memo. I was unaware. It just happened to be a complete coincidence that I had made that earlier in the day and it went live just after his did. Just pure coincidence, and I truthfully, I apologize. Please don't arrest me, FBI. It was just a mistake. I didn't mean to steal his idea. I hope you understand. So again, I want to apologize for accidentally talking about something someone else talked about on YouTube. Luckily, the Internet Justice Police in the comment section let me know that I stole the idea, so that way I was made very well aware that I am a criminal because of what I've done. And this happened 2 days before that, where I did something on Neil Breen's scene, and it just so happened PewDiePie had talked about the same Neil Breen scene a couple years ago, and I didn't know. So again, I guess I'm just stealing fucking ideas all over the place. Everyone knows on the internet when someone does something, no one else is ever allowed to do anything even closely associated with it, and I'm embarrassed to say that I broke that sacred rule. I didn't know that I was stealing ideas. I guess I just didn't do enough thorough research throughout every corner of the internet to make sure no one had ever talked about any of the things I did. I really should have done my due diligence. I should have hired a team to figure it out or something, and I'm truly embarrassed, so I'm sorry. I'll drop the sarcasm now. People that truly believe someone steals someone else's idea just because they cover the same topic or something close to it, they can suck the filthiest part of my butthole. I hate that mentality. I really do. Gus Johnson sent me a Twitter DM not too long ago because he made jokes about a Blockbuster video that I made jokes about like a year or two ago, and he was very upset. He apologized to me profusely for no reason, and it's because his comment section got on him for copying something I did. I don't own the rights to making fun of that Blockbuster video, just like Drew Gooden doesn't own the rights to talking about SNL. He wasn't upset about it, and I don't think Gus was either. It just so happened that, you know, people sometimes come up with similar content ideas, and I fucking hate how the comment section just assaults people that cover similar topics to each other. It's so dumb. No one's stealing from someone else unless they're blatantly just plagiarizing the video, which I don't think very many YouTubers do because it's really obvious when that happens. It's so silly that, you know, PewDiePie talked about Neil Breen once, so thus no one else ever is allowed to talk about Neil Breen. Well, you know, PewDiePie also talked about Flex Seal way after JonTron talked about Flex Seal, and PewDiePie got shit on for stealing from JonTron. It's just so dumb. I don't understand it. When someone makes something, that doesn't mean they are exclusively the only person that is ever allowed to make something in that field ever again. They didn't put the fucking flag down on the moon there and now own it. People are allowed to talk about the same topics or make videos on the same type of shit. I don't understand why you'd want it to be where only one person holds the rights to do something. Because if that was the case, then no one would ever be allowed to let's play a game after the first person does it. No one would ever be allowed to make a joke reacting to a TikTok video. Although if we are going to go down this route, I own the rights to making fun of every single TikTok since I was the first one to do that. So you can suck my dick if you want to play this ball game. I own all of the TikTok insults. That's my side of the playground, you pussies. It's just dumb. And I hate that, and I hate that mentality, so you can suck my fucking asshole if you really think that it's bad to cover a topic someone else has covered in a different way. I hate that shit. That shit makes my dick real soft, really soft. And I just wanted to vent about that and just tell you just how silly and ridiculous that train of thought is. That's it. Don't forget to go to twitch.tv/moistcritical, baby. Nothing but originality and hot shit flying everywhere. Now we're fucking cooking, baby. Oh, I thought it was a TV show. Build an Android app faster than you can fap with code babes.
Is that an Android phone in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
You're too late, I've already come.
Welcome to the Code Babes
I've been
Android
clickbaited.
Virgin course. Let you pick clean
What the
or
fuck
dirty.
is, like, what is the
Displays a
point
clean
of
or
this
dirty for the
channel?
blind reviews. Let's get started. I promise to be gentle.
I feel bad for this
Let's
girl.
talk
She
about
wanted to be an
Android for a
actress,
hot
but she
minute.
only landed a
Android
Code
powers
Babes
over 1 billion
gig.
devices, and people
That
have
sucks.
downloaded like a bajillion.
Well, this project didn't go very well for them. They haven't done anything in 3 years. What's their most popular babe coding? The views on their stuff is pretty good for coding. I don't know why they stopped. They had a good thing going.
Want to learn to code, but you're having trouble
Nope.
paying attention?
I'm here to jerk
Welcome
off.
to your solution.
Hey,
Watch the
now
lesson,
we're
absorb the
cooking.
info, pass the quiz, and your instructor removes one piece of clothing. How
What?
much clothing, you ask? Enough to motivate you. But let's not get carried away here. We're an
Strip
activity.
coding?
So join a
Wait just a minute here.
Code Babes and start your
I've been learning all wrong.
today.
Ah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and bookmark that page. I've been meaning to learn a little HTML5. This is gonna be straight up porn now. They just dropped the whole coding thing. The website still works. Am I an internet virgin? A CEO virgin? An HTML virgin? Do I have to be a virgin for all of these? The professor will not find me attractive. Oh, there's comments here. That's bold. From Coding Ninja. I glad I already knew Android. Just did quizzes to get to the end. Me too. Cute smile. She's sexy and I'm imagining my dick up her ass. I'll pull it. This seems safe to pull up. It should be fine. And if not, I won't mind taking a little risk for the old Code Babes. So we were on the Android happy ending. And I was reading some comments. So I left off here. She's sexy and I am imagining my dick up her ass. I wanted to see what was under those bikinis. I was kind of disappointed when there was no nude. I would be too. If I went through that entire course and I didn't at least see a nipple, I'd be so upset. Damn you, Code Babes. I exoacted at least boobs. I love you, ma'am. Look at all these happy customers excited to learn how to code. Miss you, baby. Such a hot and sexy website. Keep it up. I started missing you already. When are the advanced courses, babe? I've just finished all the courses. When will you launch a new virgin code course, babe? Why isn't this... This should have been far more popular. Jesus. This should have been the college courses. We'll start at the beginning. Well... What the fuck is this? You're at the wrong place, John, to be talking about FTP method in Microsoft. We're here to look at tits. Great work, babe. See, thank you, Lola. Ew, lesson! But, there's no reason not to do it. Did I win? I'm not seeing no strip for you. You got something wrong. Damn you, professor. You know I'm a virgin. I need positive reinforcement. What have I got? Do we have any Code Babe veterans in here? What if I answered it incorrectly? I didn't read any of these, but... Can someone just give me the answers? I put false for 3 already. Christ, we're way past this. Please. She's getting cold. You guys fucking suck. I'm never gonna see a human breast. Come on. What is wrong? Does anybody know how to code? Title for 4th. Where are we at? What the fuck is this? This is YouTube. There's no titties on here. I've been scammed! It was all just a ploy to get me to sign up to their newsletter. The community must be outraged with this. What do they have to say about that one? Ready for the hard stuff? Nope, I'm ready with the hard stuff. Just kidding, hope you bring more courses. Melissa, you are so hot. Why the strip is too short? I want Melissa. Melissa is sweet. We want Melissa in upcoming courses. Want Melissa to appear in future courses. Fan favorite. Melissa, are you in the chat? Can't believe this shit actually exists. You're not naked, lol. Not naked, though. I spent 5 hours to learn this shit and you're not even naked, what the fuck? How do you make your website faster? You're in the wrong place, Luis. We're not here for real advice. Well, I feel like I've learned a lot. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what it's all about. Thank you, Melissa. And all of the hard-working coders at CodeBabes. I wish they didn't give up on this. Now's the perfect time for this shit. Project Melody going wild. They could have beautiful. Where's the first place your mind goes? Your significant other? Your favorite song? A piece of pizza? Big ol' anime titties? It's gonna be different for everyone. But for me, when I think of beauty, the first thing that pops into my little reptile brain is people coming together to call YouTube out on some dumb shit they've done. And good golly, I'll tell ya, it's been a beautiful 24 hours. I bet YouTube didn't see this coming. The meteorologist in the weather report said nothing about a 100% chance of diarrhea showers falling upon them. Over the last 24 hours, there's been a lot of YouTubers coming together to talk about a problem that was brought to light this week by Corey Kinshin. And just over the last 24 hours, it's been great to see people, calling YouTube out on some of their shit. Even Io's really excited about it. She's all about, YouTube being held accountable. As you can see, she was so fired up. She's coming over here to slap the shit out of the headphone cord. So, it's just been a big day, honestly. A big week, really, overall. Corey posted this video highlighting a major issue with YouTube at the moment and something that he'd been facing. And in response, a lot of YouTubers started making videos showing support and as well as doing things to try and, get some kind of response from YouTube, get some kind of answer. So far, still radio silence, but I just still think it's nice to see so much support for another creator on the platform. Now, Markiplier did something pretty unique and is starting somewhat of a trend with something called the Try Not to Get Age Restricted Challenge. Isn't that right, Io? So Markiplier posted this video where it's lightly poking fun at the policy that was being called out, where Markiplier is giving completely nude massages to women, and well, it's a game. It's a game called Orc Massage. Mark himself wasn't giving the massages and happy endings or anything. At least I don't think so. I don't know if he does that in his off time or whatever. But the video is of a game where it is fully nude anime girls, and you play as an orc. And you start fucking playing their asses like bongos, and there's nudity and shit. So Markiplier posted a video of that game, called it the Try Not to Get Age Restricted Challenge, obviously calling out this whole thing. And wow. Unlucky, my power just went out. I guess those orc massages are so powerful they created the next biblical monsoon over my house here. But anyway, in response to Markiplier posting this video, YouTube got very petty. And that was remove him from their Game On segment, which Markiplier and his team had prepared a special thing for. And without warning, they just removed his whole section. And Markiplier went on Twitter talking about how upset he was. Io was distraught. You think she was mad slapping my cable? You should have seen her when Markiplier's section got cut. All hell was breaking loose. It was like a plague had just been unleashed. I didn't know much about cats until we got Io. I didn't realize they responded so heavily to injustice. They can smell it from miles away. I'll just quickly give a lore breakdown behind Game On. Game On was a big YouTube production. It was supposed to be a fun little event, a couple hours, a pretty big event in collaboration with a ton of other YouTube creators, and obviously Markiplier contributed to it. And YouTube allegedly didn't like Markiplier's most recent upload. So they took him over their knee and spanked his bottom. Gave him a firm pat on the keister to discipline him for misbehaving and removed all of the hard work he and his team put into it. It was a pretty embarrassing look from YouTube to just inexplicably remove Markiplier from this segment because he didn't even know it was coming. Right when the Game On section aired on YouTube, Markiplier made a tweet saying, "You're not ready for this." And fuck, was he right. No one was ready for that. They completely censored him. In fact, they still had him in the description with a timestamp of where his section was supposed to be, but when you went to it, it was something completely different. They just removed him. Markiplier posted a video today with the cut content, but obviously since it wasn't part of the entire performance, you don't actually get the full effect because he came up with an interactive game with his team that can't really be played the same way since it's now not part of the event. Overall, just a really douchey thing for YouTube to do here. I mean, this does prove to a lot of people there are human beings there because no robot could be this petty. Like, that's a response I'd expect to see from a power-tripping Reddit mod who got their feelings hurt that someone called them out in something on the comments, and then they send, like, a passive-aggressive DM to them. Not behavior I would expect from a multi-billion-dollar company that has a stranglehold on video sharing. You know, this is just not professional. They didn't give an explanation to Mark, they didn't give an explanation to anyone, they didn't say anything about it, they just removed it. And they probably never will explain it. And that's something I want to briefly touch on. All of this effort to try and get more transparency or answers from YouTube always seems to be in vain. They just don't seem to have that capability. They just refuse to be transparent and explain things. Trying to get answers out of YouTube is like trying to milk a brown cow for chocolate milk. It just doesn't work. They just absolutely outright despise communication, it feels like. And that sucks because, you know, that's the Chemical X to the Powerpuff Girls formula here. If they could just explain things, their reputation would be doing a 180. People would feel like more comfortable and less fearful. There'd be less things up for speculation if they could just explain why they do some of the shit they do. You know, it just doesn't make sense why they're so against it. Because if someone like Markiplier, one of the biggest creators on the platform, and an amazing person who has always been deeply ingrained in the YouTube atmosphere, as well as working hand in hand with YouTube for so long, if he can be abused by the platform, what hope does everyone else have? You know? Like, he, of all people, is getting slapped by them. You know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And after the Try Not to Get Age Restricted challenge Mark posted, Jacksepticeye made one of his own. And Jacksepticeye also made another video talking about the situation more in detail, but he followed Markiplier's trend of this age restriction thing. Once again, just shining light on this whole issue. Now, again, I don't know if this is ever going to lead to anything positive on YouTube's end. I'd like to think so, but I've completely lost faith that they'll actually ever be able to be transparent and explain shit. So, for now, I can just appreciate people coming together to support someone so deserving like Corey Kenshin. I just wanted to talk about this briefly because I think it's a great thing overall. And I ultimately feel terrible for young men in the modern age because the internet is constantly contaminating their mind with what it means to be good looking or what it takes or what you need to be successful as a man. There's so much I could talk about on this subject here because the young male audience is highly monetizable, so there's a lot of these ghouls that have recognized that they can get a ton of doubloons by creating a problem and selling the solution to this audience about, like, you need to be having sex 3 times a day, otherwise you're a complete failure and you're less of a man for it. If your jawline isn't chiseled, if you don't have hunter eyes and a cantle tilt, you will actually never see a boobie in your life. I'm your only hope. I can be your savior if you buy my course. Otherwise, get ready for a pathetic life of virginity, you swine. And it even extends into the fitness industry. I'll blow the lid off of this one right here, so get ready. Almost every fitness influencer you see online is on gear. But some of them pretend that they're not, saying that they're natty, and they push supplements and other products onto their audience under the belief that they can look like them, even though it's impossible because they're not on the same gear or anything. But they'll still say shit like, hey, got these new pills in, it's, you know, eucalyptus urine extract, so boof one of these in the morning and you'll have a 6-pack by night. You can use code WAYMIN at checkout. And it's all just a bunch of fucking dirty barnacles. It's all just a huge money-making scheme. The young male audience right now, I feel, is more insecure than ever. And that means that they're buying more bullshit than ever. And the one I want to focus on today is looks maxing in particular. Curtis Connor recently did a video on looks maxing, and it's a banger. I think he covered it really well. However, there was one very crucial component of looks maxing that he decided to sit on the sidelines for and not do. And I don't fully blame him. But I go where men dare to tread. I'm not afraid. He shied away from doing jelqing. Looks maxing incorporates jelqing, depending on whose courses you're buying or whose advice you're following. And jelqing is an old friend. Well, definitely not a friend. An old arch nemesis of mine. This is an old internet meme. From back in like 2009, 2010-ish, I can recall, somewhere in that general ballpark. And fundamentally what it is a penis enlarging exercise where you masturbate a certain way in order to enhance your size over time. Now, for obvious reasons, I can't pull up any video tutorials that demonstrate the technique. I can't show any of the diagrams or any of that go over this advanced maneuver. So we're going to do this the old-fashioned way, old natural. I brought a tool here, a little instrument that we're going to use to showcase the Jelqing jutsu. So there were a couple techniques back in the day. You know what, let me go ahead and give you my origin story with Jelqing, because I actually have a personal connection to it. It's an old friend. Rather, not a friend at all. We weren't on friendly terms. An old arch nemesis. If you've been around the channel for a while, you'll know that when I was really young, I got most of my advice, my life advice, through the internet. Mainly Reddit, a little bit of 4chan as well. And back then, Jelqing was kind of popular as a meme. But no one really subscribed to the belief that it would make your cock bigger or anything like that. Some people did it as a joke, or some people did it because, I mean, you had nothing to lose at the time. So there was a few techniques that floated around. I'll showcase both of them on this banana here, my helper. So the most popular at the time was the old hook method. And what you would do is you'd hook one finger around your cock at the base, and then you'd really, like, hard slowly go up towards the top of your penis, like you were trying to squeeze toothpaste out of the tube, and you would do this for like 10 reps, and you'd do this for like, oh. Okay. We didn't need the stem of the banana anyway. We can still continue the demonstration on this part. So you would go through this process for, you know, whatever your rep range was. And by the end of it, the idea was it would be stretching the blood vessels and stretching all the tissue in there. So over time, that would be its new norm, like this stretch state. It would grow it over time because it's constantly being forced to stretch. However, there was never any real scientific evidence backing that up. The other big one at the time was you would take like this, and you would go from top and base, and you would kind of like you were playing a fucking small accordion or something. You'd go back and forth, just like rubbing it together, and then I had a little spillage out the ass end of it. And what would happen over time is the same thing. Again, stretching the blood vessels and the tissue and all that, and supposed to grow your wiener. But as you might imagine, it doesn't really work. It never really worked. There was never any evidence for it other than like anecdotal shit, which I'm pretty sure were just trolls getting people to keep doing this, because what it does do, and what is very well documented, is it damages your penis, and it can actually lead to impotence. And I have a personal story in regards to Jelqing because I have tried it. Like I said, I got most of my advice online, and being an insecure young man, I was miserable. I hated my appearance. I hated pretty much everything about myself. So I thought, why not? I'll give it a fucking whirl. So I did it, and I hurt myself. And I think I told a story not too long ago where I did like a pseudo Jelqing exercise one time and actually had to go to the walk-in clinic because I could no longer piss. Basically what happened is I damaged everything internally in my cock. Like, just threw everything out of whack. It was all cattywampus, and I was no longer able to pee, and it swelled up like a giant fucking head of cauliflower. And that is something that does happen with Jelqing. There's no real right way of doing it. There's ways of doing it that don't hurt you, but nothing really grows your cock through Jelqing. And this has been well known for over a decade. But now, since everyone is so insecure because they're constantly being fed all of this ridiculous information and all of this awful advice and all of these terrible courses from terrible people, it's led to Jelqing being dusted off and being preached as a real thing. So there's a lot of people that legitimately have been Jelqing to try and grow their cock because they're not satisfied with their size. Spoiler alert, no matter how big your dick is, you always want it to be bigger. I'm 6.5 inches and proud, yet I would love if my wiener was a little bit bigger. Every man in the world would. But Jelqing is not going to be the thing that gets you there. And you also don't need it. Despite what a lot of the looks-maxing community tries to indoctrinate the audience into believing, you don't need an 11-inch fucking sledgehammer. You don't need a fucking 15-inch battering ram that the police could use to bust down the door of a crack house. It's once again trying to prey on the insecurities of people online. That is the main thing right now that is generating so much money and why you see so many of these things popping up frequently. Now, I don't think every single thing about looks maxing is evil. Like, I do think there are people online that are just sharing generally good advice and calling it looks maxing. Super simple shit like brushing your teeth, taking a shower, Or if you're unsatisfied with your physical body, working out and giving advice on like going to the gym, where to start, things like that. All of that's totally fine. Like that's all good, positive stuff. Absolutely. Eating healthy, great. But then there is that evil side of it where it starts talking about if you don't have a jawline that could cut glass, you're going to be alone forever because it's the main thing women like, or the hunter eyes instead of the prey eyes, or if your dick isn't huge. And then they start like selling courses on like jelq maxing and, you know, fucking jawline exercises and shit like that. It gets really bad really quick. But anyway, jelq at your own risk. I personally wouldn't recommend it, but I'm not a doctor. I don't know what's best for you. Maybe you'd see incredible results. Who knows? I think probably not. I think what's likely to happen is you hurt yourself, but if you really are a jelqing enthusiast, then I'm not going to stop you. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to bust in there and slap the penis out of your hand or anything. You go crazy on it. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because I could not believe how popular jelqing had become again. So yeah, that's really about it. Beware of jelqing. TikTok NPC trend a few years ago that blew up. Did you know it's still around? There's still a ton of people doing that. I assumed it just kind of fizzled and died, where it was just like this ephemeral, wacky freak shit where people got tired of it after like a month or something. But no, it's still around, kind of in the same way that Concord was in that final week of its life. It's very much hanging on by a thread on life support, but there's like this refusal to pull the plug. So it's even more sad and pathetic now than it was then when it was like novel and new and weird and zany. Even the queen of NPC streams, the lightning rod that really started it all, is still actively doing it.
Thank you for sharing. And what's happening? That's what's up. Ice cream so good. Take it, yeah. Yes. Take it, S-Man. Yes. Take it, Shantae.
This shit looks miserable. It's a joke that's run its course and it's still just sadly petering along. It's like watching season 28 of Tung Sahur. Like, come on. It's been 3 years, and she's still doing it. And I know she's tried to pivot in a ton of other things, like other social media, career-type endeavors, even got into music, but I guess at the end of the day, bread and butter is the NPC streams, and I'm just going to tell you, she looks miserable there. I'm not trying to Reddit armchair psychoanalyze her, but her eyes look hollow. There is no sparkle, no soul left. She looks like someone who has spent decades in a cubicle working the corporate 9 to 5 and has just lost the joy in life, the whimsy. She literally looks like the Coraline dad meme of him at the computer. Now, of course, she's not alone here. There are still other NPC streamers in the trenches desperately trying their best to cling to that shtick, to suckle the last drop of milk from these dusty tits. And I found a really cool one who got into a public spat with a guy who was just asking him to stop being weird.
Wait. Go away. I'll call the police. Then call police, but go away. Can you go away, please? Yeah. Go away. No. Go away. Don't touch me. Then go away. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go away. You don't have any problem or what? I have a problem. Then go. Then go. People. Then go. What is your problem, mate? You. What's your problem, mate? Go. Doing noises. Just go. It's my problem. It's not yours. Stupid noises. It's my problem. You are a stupid who stress me right now. What? Then go. You don't have any other problems. Yeah, call police. How the heck is that, man? Can you go away, please, now?
This guy does NPC streams, so he was out in public making a ruckus, causing a commotion, I guess, and this guy had enough of it and put his foot down, asking him to stop. He didn't want to stop, so then they had a little back and forth. The guy was threatening to call the police. The NPC streamer was talking about, like, why do you have a problem with this? And he just goes, you're making stupid noises, which, fair enough, checkmate. This guy is making stupid noises. And initially, I kind of thought that was a bit of an overreaction because it doesn't seem like he's blocking the path. He's not playing like obnoxious and loud music from what I can tell. So like, yeah, it's embarrassing and cringe, and you can argue that it could be criminally cringe, but I still don't know if it was worth wasting law enforcement resources to send out a squad to just ask this man to pack up his tripod and do his idle animations elsewhere, like maybe at home. Like, I don't see why they do it in public anyway. Like, it doesn't add anything to it. It is just annoying, but everyone else just walks by him. You can easily just ignore it. But then the video continued and it became abundantly clear this guy ate the goober fruit, and I agree. Get this guy off the streets ASAP. I'd rather have people fucking fint-leaning than having this guy doing his NPC streams in public. Holy fucking Toledo.
No. Can you? Then stay here. I don't care. You can stay. Madonna, man. What's the matter? All right. That was a crazy one. Let the party begin. Ask me, man. Ask me. Wow. That refreshed Batman. Thanks for sharing around. That's for you, my lady. Beautiful. Ask me, man. Ask me. Oh, good. I'm ready for action. That's for you, my lady. Beautiful. That's for you, my lady. Beautiful.
Stumbling upon a dead body in the public park there would have been less jarring and less disgusting than bearing witness to this tragedy. Dog shit doesn't even begin to cover it. If I was in that position out there, I would have rather I turn that corner and down that path I see my dad cheating on my mom. Like, I would have preferred that than seeing this garbage. Also, there was a very subtle plot twist there. I don't know if you caught it, but it turns out there was another guy posting up there just parking slab that was hidden by the NPC streamer. It's this guy right here in the blue shirt. I don't know if he's like the NPC streamer's security, like his hired muscle, or if he's another concerned citizen about this and also trying to like put the kibosh on it. But he kind of popped out of nowhere, just spawned in once the NPC streamer started doing his business. And I'm very curious his role in all of this, because he's like very close to him and he doesn't seem happy about it. So I'm led to believe that this character's got some pretty deep lore, and I imagine that he also was pretty bothered by this stream, just based on what I can see here.
I'm getting pretty sick. Beautiful. Wow, thanks for sharing around. Wow, you look very great. That's for you, my lady. Beautiful. It's same. Thanks for those likes.
Now, being totally honest, I do actually think the people that watch this and consume this sludge are worse than the clowns that perform it. Because they are making money doing it, like a sizable amount. I think in this case, it was like a few $100s from what I could tell. Like, I can't even be mad at them for doing it if it's, you know, putting bread out like that. It is a good chunk of change, especially over the course of like a month. Like, Pinky Doll, the woman that started it all, she does multiple streams like this a day, from what I can tell. So, like, she is still making good money from it. So it's the people that are watching and the ones that go above and beyond the Call of Duty here, the actual lobotomites that are giving money for it, that I think are significantly more pathetic than the protagonists here, the stars of the shit show. I actually just can't fathom that. I cannot imagine the person, like the living, breathing, sentient organism that sits down, staring at their phone screen, watching this. I don't get it. Like, I can kind of get it in this case, though, where there's like a confrontation and you want to see how it plays out. That kind of checks out. But the audience that just sits there watching and then deciding to donate real hard-earned clams for it, just for them to repeat the same line and the same animation from the NPC. It's incomprehensible to me. Like, what does that person look like that does that? That is just such a fucking loser that words can't even accurately describe.
Thanks for the rose, my lady. That refresh. All right, I got you. Don't worry. Wow! I'm just ready for the action. Excuse me, sir. Can you please go? Thank you so much.
So the blue shirt guy actually went to upstage him there for a moment. He went front and center there on the camera. I thought he was about to start hitting like fucking Gangnam Style or something. Like, I thought this shit was about to bust out crazy style, but it did not. And then the NPC streamer kind of got in his face about it, asking him to like back off, like, take a fucking hike, Buster. This is my show. This is mine. So, I think it became pretty clear where Blue Shirt's allegiance lie. He is not on the side of the NPC streamer, so I imagine he's with the other guy, wanting to get him out of there.
Oh, thank you so much. Not again. Woo.
Hello,
I'm ready for the action.
Lion Memorial.
Please, hey, can you go away now? Now you are, hey, can you now go away?
With me and is bothering everyone.
Guys, watch this stupid guy. Stupid guy.
Yeah.
What a stupid guy calling police.
There's a guy here.
I will come back,
bothering
Chet. One moment.
everyone.
Goober's freaky ass will return in Avengers Doomsday. He swears it. So the guy actually does seem to get police on the horn, so he's like reporting him. So now he's going offline to handle this now. He's probably got a whole new set of animations for when the police get there. I also love how many times the NPC streamer calls the other guy stupid. Bro, like look in the mirror, like take a look at where you are and what you're doing there. That's crazy that he'd have the gall to call someone else stupid. Yuck. Yikes. But yeah, that's where the confrontation ends. I don't think he's been live since, but I highly doubt it's because he's like in jail or something. Things would have had to really pop the fuck off for that to happen. Like the police arrive and he starts hitting with the Glocky so good and just like airing that shit out on the officers or something. Like I feel like there's no way he actually got severely punished here to the point where he can't go live right now because he's in jail or something. Or like I think he probably just hasn't been live over the last few days because right now he's kind of soaking up the attention this has got him, maybe. I don't really know. I just don't think it's like a super severe case that's got him behind bars. But maybe it has. Maybe there's a lot more that went on than we have TikTok footage of. Who really knows? But anyway, just wanted to yap about the NPC streaming trend that for some reason still just hasn't been put down. It hasn't been kaput yet. Still going. Yep, that's really taking an educational look at the species known as DoucheTubers. The DoucheTubers phylum consists of members that possess no soul, no morals, and no creativity, and definitely no entertainment. In this phylum, you'll find members such as the Rice Gum and the Paul brothers. DoucheTubers are composed of mainly 5 characteristics. 1. They are all douchebags on YouTube who got popular by being douchebags on YouTube for children. 2. Bragging. Always bragging or flexing. Flexing, for those of you who aren't 12, is when the money is thrown in the face of the viewer. Look how much money I have that you don't. I just fucked a hooker that cost $5,000 because girls usually won't look at me without money in my hand, so I paid for it. You don't have this kind of money, I have this kind of money. So it's just bragging about your money to the children that watch you, which is kind of just shitting in the hand that feeds you. But kids like it. 3. Just being a big fucking douchebag. 4. You're still a big fucking douchebag. 5. Always threatening to fight your haters or roasting them. Optionally diss tracks if you want to be an extreme turbo super douchebag YouTuber. Douchebag YouTubers are something I've talked about in the past. They're probably the biggest content creators on the site because kids live vicariously through that kind of content. They see this man who's successful because they watch them. So they feel like they had a part in that person's success. And when they get flexed on, they feel like they've earned that. Like, when they're getting flexed on, it's like, hey, I gave you that. Yeah, use it wisely. Kids like that kind of shit because they might not have it, and it feels good that they were able to help someone else achieve it. I understand it. It makes sense. That doesn't mean I respect it, though. It's a very toxic thing. And the reason I'm making this is because I found the perfect example of a douche-tuber today. Memulous made a video on a man named Ryan Franklin who is the epitome of a douche-tuber. He does it all. And I want to take a hard look at his channel here to show you exactly what douche-tubers are and why they're a bad thing.
As for shoes, my shoes cost more than your whole outfit, so yeah, easy.
First, flexing. I'm only going to show one Ryan Franklin clip per point to illustrate it because I don't want to show more than necessary because I understand not everyone has a war-hardened stomach like I do that can hold on to vomit when they see abysmal fucking content like this. So I'm only going to show as much as necessary to get the points across so you are not tortured with more Ryan Franklin content than you need to be. In nearly everything that Ryan does, there's some degree of flexing. In a video it'll be, oh, look at this Gucci hat I just bought, or oh, hey dad, I just spent $2,000 on this Louis Vuitton trench coat. On Instagram he'll post, just bought this extremely expensive pair of shoes, these Yeezys. Oh, check out this Gucci condom on my micro penis, #blessed. He is always flexing, and flexing is one of the main things with DoucheTubers. I really personally don't understand why people will just stand for that. That's just so insulting and spitting in your face. Hey, you've supported me, now I'm going to brag to you that you don't have these things, so fuck you. I don't get that, and I think that's just a really bad thing to do, unhealthy more than anything. It shows nothing but insecurity or a sense of holier than thou, which all DoucheTubers have. They always think they're more important than all of their viewers, and they always have this belief that the world owes them everything and they're entitled to everything the world has to offer.
I'm a hypocrite, which, you know, like, cool, whatever, like, I don't actually care, but apparently I'm a hypocrite because I complain about people doing clickbait, but then proceed to do clickbait myself. Now, I sort of get your point, but at the same time, your points are irrelevant, alright? They're dumb, they're stupid. I mean, I do the odd misleading thumbnail, the odd misleading title here and there, and if you're dumb enough to, like, you know, be misled and, like, actually go on to the video, like, I've clickbaited you, I won, I've got the extra view, like, you're so dumb if you've gone onto the video thinking...
I am in firm agreement with Ryan on this point here. If you are a fan of Ryan Franklin, you are dumb, and you are stupid. As you can see, this illustrates my point I just made, where he thinks he's better than all of his viewers. He thinks they're all very dumb for even falling for his clickbait, and most DoucheTubers feel the same way. Hey, my audience is so dumb I can clickbait the shit out of anything even if it makes no sense. Aliens invaded my boners at 3 a.m. while watching SpongeBob? Haunted, super scary, you won't believe number 6, 10 million views. So yeah, I agree the viewers of these kind of people, I wouldn't necessarily call them stupid, but they're naive because they're children and they're being exploited with this misleading shit, which is fucking awful in my opinion.
I don't see the attraction, like, I'm not overly like, oh, like...
Now, one of the main things he does is he always insults any of his haters based on their appearance. He always goes right for appearance insults, and he does not discriminate. It doesn't matter your age, sex, race. You could be a fucking alien. You're still a target. Everyone is equal in his eyes. Here he is taking on a 6-year-old, and he showed no mercy. The full wrath of his clever roasting was laid down upon this 6-year-old. He was merciless.
What's wrong with your hairline? Your hairline is so ugly.
Right. Hair jokes. I mean, I've never heard those before in my life. For real, if I had £1 for every single time someone mocks my hair for the colour or the style or anything, it doesn't matter, I'll be living in the Bahamas.
I wonder why you get so many hair jokes. I honestly can't imagine. I'm gonna go ahead and pile on it though. You look like Bert from Sesame Street. I'm sure you get that one all the time, so that's nothing new. Your hair looks like Anthony Sullivan's Smart Mop after it was used to clean up a pile of Chaz Finster's pubic hair. I'm actually really glad you chose that hairstyle though, honestly. It lets people know you're a douchebag without ever having to talk to you. Your hair looks like 3 rusted slinkies that had an orgy on top of your head that you just decided not to stop. So you're welcome, there's 4 more for your Bahamas fund.
Guys, this person right there is the ugliest man alive.
And do you know what's the most awkward thing is when this calls you ugly.
Oh no, look out, we've been invaded by Ryan Franklin. No, I'm just kidding. That's not Ryan Franklin. That's Watto from the Star Wars prequels. Ryan is way too much of a pussy to confront someone directly. He's already privated his Twitter account and shit because he's a big old pussy. But you see what I did there, Ryan? I compared you to Watto, and Watto is known for not being super great looking in The Phantom Menace. So I'm calling you ugly. You get it? You know, because that's what you do. Man, you really took that 6-year-old down to size, man. What are you, like 19 or 20, and you're just calling a fucking child ugly? Are you out of your fucking mind, man? Holy shit.
Well, I opened up some fan mail. This is a letter from one of you guys. I think her name's Jessica. I haven't opened that fan mail in 2 years.
What a cool guy. He couldn't even be bothered to read who the fan mail was from. He's had it for 2 fucking years and hasn't opened it. What a piece of shit. I honestly don't think that fan mail is actually from somebody. I feel like he just wrote that himself as Jessica. I don't think this guy's getting fan mail or ever has in the past.
You do want me to get maybe like another PO box, that sort of thing, so you guys can send me in letters, maybe like candy from your country, then, you know, I'll definitely do it.
Oh yeah, that's what we want you to do, Ryan. Open up another PO box so they can send you letters that you'll never fucking read for 2 years. Great idea, you stupid son of a bitch. Amazing. Hey guys, you want me to open another P.O. box so you can send shit that I ignore? How's that sound? Great, huh? Again, just further proving he does not give a shit about his fans or anyone for that matter. Unbelievable.
Now, I don't intentionally flex on my fans.
How the fuck do you have an accidental flex? Oh, whoopsie. I accidentally just started taking pictures of all of my expensive possessions and saying how great they were and then accidentally uploading them all over everything that I own. Damn, what a silly mistake. I mean, there's no correcting it now. It's already out in the wild. Shit, I'm sorry, guys.
First one was a joke to Ruby Roo because obviously during the summer I made a few videos on her. And yeah, the video's done well in terms of, you know, views. Got me money, okay? So I was doing a joke, like that tweet is a joke. Like the whole Yeezy thing. It's a joke. You don't realise, actually, like, I feel that I'm quite misunderstood. I said this in yesterday's video.
This is always the fleshlight these douchebags start to use once it starts backfiring with all of their douchebaggery and bragging. Oh, it's just a joke. I'm just playing a persona. Ha ha ha. I'm not really a huge insufferable asshole. It's just a joke. Lighten up, guys. But it's very clear it's not a joke, because none of it's done in a comedic way or anything entertaining at all. It's just being an asshole. Jokes on you guys, I'm not really an asshole, ha 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 ha. If you have to keep reiterating that it's a joke time and time again, maybe it's not a good joke, or maybe you're the joke. It's just fucking silly, because it's very obvious to anyone that you're not kidding. You're just being a douchebag. Now, this was a National Geographic look at the DoucheTuber, and I hope you've all learned something about this abhorrent species. I really have no respect for these kind of people at all, and hopefully you're walking away with this knowledge and also forming an opinion that, hey, maybe these aren't great people that I should be letting either my kids or my brothers and sisters that are young watch, because it sets a bad example for them. It really does. 100%. On to toaster. Hold on a second.
This is super huge. Fuck this shit! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Oh.
Gets a like from me? Fuck yeah!
This is for chocolates and chocolate.
He has that intro perfectly. It's the same every time.
Fuck this shit!
Why did he get the fucking toughest microwave available? He like fucking jumped onto a brick. What the fuck is that, a titanium microwave? Just listen to this clunk.
Fuck this shit!
It would have been lighter to jump on a bed of broken glass. It would have hurt less. God damn. It's like the Nokia of microwaves. This guy's awesome. How do I know that's barbed wire?
Fuck this shit! Oh, fuck!
I don't know if it was real barbed wire or not, but he sold the performance. That'll get a like from me.
This is super
I just love the title.
This is for chocolate.
Butt Buster onto mini cactus toy cars.
Fuck this shit! Oh, my...
Does he just jump into the dumpster, or is there like a WWE stunt here as well?
Oh god!
Oh, I could do that too.
Oh!
That gets a like, whatever. Underwhelming compared to his other stunts, such as elbow strapping a microwave, but whatever, it's fine. He even throws the shirt in the same place.
God! Oh, fucking bad!
Damn, he really caught a bad angle there. Oh, I forgot to leave it a like. Like, his body is made for these flying elbows.
Fuck this shit!
Oh,
fucking god!
he missed it with his elbow. Should make him my stunt double. Yeah, for when I get into the WWE tricks.
Let's do this.
This guy's getting sponsors for this? Fuck yeah. Hope they're dropping him a crisp 10K for this stunt. Reimbursing him for the hospital bills. Don't do it! Well, as advertised, it's not even a bush. That was like one plant and then dirt. It's not even a stunt. I can do that. What I can't do is fucking powerbomb onto a microwave. I didn't like that one. Don't brace. Don't brace. Don't brace. Braced.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my... oh, fuck.
Try watching Room Raiders or Man vs. Beast.
I'll excuse that one because that mousetrap fucking shot out like a cannon. It's like someone hit a piñata, like his belly was the piñata and they got mousetraps out of it instead of candy. Drinking hot sauce and running into metal gate. Why is this NFL style? Since when is the NFL known for drinking hot sauce and running into a metal gate? I don't really even know that from the John Madden's playbook. Oh my god, just like the NFL! Holy shit, his form is flawless. Well, I'll leave it a like for the NFL style. If this was real NFL style, he'd be beating his wife as well. He's not even committed.
This is superhuman shit that I might get.
Hey, why is he wearing glasses? Did he do a flying eye drop onto a microwave? Yeah, get him. Get him! I'll leave it a like. It was just really quick and to the point. Fair enough. So he's only improving.
Fuck this shit!
He hasn't even reached his full potential. Like, that one's a real stunt. Like, that one definitely be hard to fake. All 150 pounds is hitting that microwave of steel. It's the unstoppable gamer versus the immovable force. Of people doing the most dangerous shit imaginable. Slapping raw meat on their body and swimming in the ocean open waters. Taking bug bites and stings from poisonous creatures just to feel the pain and rate it on a scale. Jumping out of planes and waiting to parachute to the last possible second. Giving a hot take about some type of drama going online. You can find people doing absolutely death-defying stunts and shit. But above all of this sits the most dangerous niche of content on the platform. Backyard wrestling. There are so many channels that I've found that have like less than 100 subscribers that are doing these backyard wrestling events where they are just beating the shit out of each other for real. Now, of course, everyone knows that, you know, WWE, AEW, it's sports entertainment. It is wrestling entertainment. The outcomes are predetermined, the moves are choreographed, but that doesn't discredit the athleticism required or how brutal the stunts are for the human body. So those are professional athletes doing it, and even they are breaking their necks, breaking bones, concussions frequently. So you take that kind of activity and bring it to people that can't even spell their own name, and you get a fucking disaster. For anyone that grew up in the 90s, you probably remember just how crazy backyard wrestling was. You had extreme backyard wrestling like the CZW, which I believe stood for Combat Zone Wrestling, where they were taking real barbed wire bats and just actually annihilating each other with them. I watched one where a guy took a weed whacker to someone's stomach and split his stomach open. Like, you know, breaking beer bottles on each other's heads. Backyard wrestling was about as wild and wacky as it could get. And while it's not as popular now as it was back then, it still is a pretty popular niche on YouTube in terms of how many backyard wrestling organizations there are. And I'm using the term organizations lightly because these aren't like official entities or anything like that. It's like three brothers and one of their friends who set up a kiddie pool in their backyard and start hitting each other with mailboxes and call it the fucking South Alabama Home for Badassery Wrestling Federation or something like that. But there's so many of them that do that, and they do it for real. They actually just start brutalizing each other. It goes insano style. And there's one channel in particular I want to talk about and show today. A channel where the wrestlers are, without exaggeration, risking their lives for YouTube views and wrestling fame. To die in the ring and be sent straight to the wrestling Valhalla. It's called POR Wrestling. Profits of Regret, I believe is what it stands for. Maybe it stands for probably overdosed right now wrestling. Actually, if that was it, it would actually be porn. I didn't even plan that, but what a beautiful coincidence. But the thing is, these wrestlers are risking everything. All to an audience of 7,000 subscribers they've built up over the course of, I believe, 5 years. So they're getting roughly 1,000 subscribers and some change per year for this level of danger. It seems not worth it if you ask me, but they just fucking love it. It's an extreme sport, extreme entertainment sport activity. They call it POR stunts, and they got into wrestling. And I'd like to show you the clip that I found initially from them that blew me away and actually scared me. I still think about it from time to time.
He just lit it on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen,
God, what is this? Holy crap, he just blasted Jamal
wizard
with a flaming...
He just blasted the wizard!
Oh my gosh, Jamal's out of it, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Out of nowhere, a car just slammed into Jamal the Wizard. Holy crap, Jamal is...
Yeah, this dude just gets absolutely blasted by a speeding vehicle going 20 plus miles per hour. And there's no smoke and mirrors here. The man just actually takes a full-blown hit from a vehicle. Now, of course, the guy in front, the one that hit him with the flaming bamboo stick, he wanted no part of it. So you can see him try and like pretend like he got hit. So he like jumps out of the way and like flops on the floor like a fish. I think what was supposed to happen is they both get hit by the car, but at the last second, this guy's like, this dude just put a brick on the accelerator. I'm getting nowhere near it. So he gets out of the way and jumps. But the other guy commits to it. He's like, you know what? If I'm going out doing what I love. So he takes a full hit from a car. No safety equipment or anything. Now, of course, him getting hit with the flaming bamboo stick wasn't real. He didn't, like, fully hit him with it or anything like that. But all of the blood on his face is, because the match prior to this was using sharp objects and shit. So it's about as real as it can get while still being, like, loosely rehearsed. But I'm pretty sure him taking a direct hit from a fucking time-traveling DeLorean going 88 miles per hour was probably done on the first take here without any prior rehearsal for it. He probably just signed up on a whim saying, fuck it. Yeah, you can hit me with a car, that's fine. After he just finished butt-chugging 5 moonshines in his bathtub. And, you know, they did it live. They really did go for it and pulled it off.
Oh my god,
James, this is the craziest thing I've seen in wrestling.
Is he even alive?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Look who it is.
We should have freaking known. JJ Escobar just ran Jamal over with a car.
What the hell is he doing in here?
What in the world? I know Jamal and JJ.
Look at the carnage.
They show a replay on the Jumbotron, but I'm not going to show that. It is a very real hit that he takes. I'm pretty sure he was okay based on what I've read. However, he did not return to POR wrestling from what I've seen. His name was Jamal the Wizard, and I think he retired after this. Whether or not that was by his own choice or highly recommended by his doctors. I don't think he is still competing. I haven't seen him return, and from what I've read, he was okay from this incident, but just didn't want to continue in the league, which I think is understandable. When you take a hit from a car like this for, 11,000 views on YouTube, whatever this was, it's probably one of those things where you have to weigh the pros and cons, like, is it worth it? Maybe not.
Hit that lever!
Let's go, Seisky. Let's fucking go, baby.
Oh shit!
Yep, this is another very real stunt involving a speeding vehicle. This one looks like it's pushing like fucking 40, 50 miles per hour here. This bad boy was zooming, and it blasts through a camper and crashes into like a garage in the back or something. It looks like a scene out of the Dukes of Hazzard. The danger in this one was astronomical, not only for the wrestlers, but everyone even around the vicinity. All the spectators could have just died. Like, there were so many ways that people could have been hurt here. I don't even know where I'd start with naming them. It could have shot glass and debris at the crowd, which I'm sure it did, but they don't care. You know, they're probably so fucking drunk they didn't even feel it. You know, hey, Grandpappy, you got a piece of that window lodged in your oblique. You alright? He's like, yeah, I don't feel it. It's fine. Let's see what's happening over here with the wrestlers. He might get a 3 count on this pin. And speaking of the wrestlers, the dude hits him with like this crazy atomic power bomb through 2 tables and 12 light tubes. And I believe those are real light tubes. They're not using sugar glass or anything like that. As far as I know, they're using like actual light tube fluorescent lights. So the little glass there. And it knocks the guy out. He ends up unconscious and bleeding. And he does get the 3 count, not to spoil the ending. So the guy with the mask wins. But it feels like everywhere that guy goes, it's like the GTA 5 Chaos mod, where cars are just shooting all over the place. It's fucking crazy. Another extremely dangerous stunt for so little views on YouTube. It just really feels like it's not worth that risk. But even as of today, they are still going and the danger is still there. They posted 3 weeks ago as of the time of me making this video, and they are still just as fucking extreme as ever from what I've been able to tell. It's wild. They do not let up. They have a passion for danger, and my God, nothing's gonna stop them from it. I still can't even believe the level of stunts that they do here, because it's not just like a life or death situation for the people involved in the actual, extreme entertainment showcase. It's anyone around them. That car could have absolutely, while speeding at the camper, taken a bad swerve by hitting like a slick in the mud there, or hitting something and swerving into the crowd and just hitting them like bowling pins. There's just so much that could have went wrong there, and they just said, fuck it. Let it ride anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to briefly talk about this because I started thinking about backyard wrestling again. Because, I mean, growing up, I used to be a fan of it. I used to watch a lot of it. I even had the old Xbox game, Backyard Wrestling. It was fun. And somehow it's still around and probably more extreme now than ever, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of a bold claim to make, but it is wild. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. This topic for the last couple of days, but it's such an awful situation. I really didn't want to. I was hoping that it would have settled down by now, but it's only been getting more popular, so I figured I might as well at least discuss it before it gets fully out of control. Right now, the worst content creators on YouTube are getting millions of views and making thousands of dollars by following one disgusting, shameful trend. And I know that sounds like one of those old banner ads on porn sites. This ugly piece of shit's fucking hot moms in your area, and you can too. Doctors hate him. Click here to find out how. But unlike those ads, I'm not making this up or exaggerating. Right now, there are tons of degenerate loser scumbags that are trying to use the passing of Technoblade as a way of gaining subscribers and making lots of money, either by clickbaiting videos with Technoblade in the title, or by making 10 or 20 plus videos all about the passing of Technoblade in order to get the maximum juice for the squeeze from the AdSense. It's so disgusting and shameful. It's fucking vile. I'm certain all of you have heard by now, but just in case, Technoblade was a very large creator on YouTube. He had a massive audience and was a very influential and inspirational creator to a lot of people and channels. And unfortunately, he passed away recently. His father made a heartbreaking video going over the whole situation, and it's just been really sad. So obviously a lot of people on the internet have been mourning the loss of Technoblade. However, there's been some extremely twisted, sick fucks that have tried to use this situation as a way of financially gaining. It's like some actual villain shit. Like Mr. Krabs with dollar signs in his eyes once they saw that Technoblade passed. They immediately started making videos on it, clickbaiting him, and really trying their best to capitalize off the passing of an absolutely great person. I'm not going to show you very many of them because obviously a lot of it is just done for the attention, like the rage clicks. They just want to farm as many views off it as possible, so I'm only going to show a couple here. This first example comes from a channel named It's Owen, and of course this video they posted isn't real, it's just clickbait. And I was actually familiar with this channel before they posted this video, because this channel was notorious for dogshit clickbait. He'd constantly post things like, I met Mr. Beast and he was very mean to me, even spit on me, parentheses, very rude. Or, Mr. Beast forgot to stop recording and his wiener fell out, yucky. Oh, and then also some shit like, a fan asked PewDiePie for an autograph and ended up in the hospital because PewDiePie beat him within an inch of his life, parentheses, not nice at all. Just awful garbage. I have more respect for shit stains in a gas station urinal than I do for Owen, but at least there's a happy ending here, because Owen did get banned for this, and he's whining on Twitter about it right now. He checks in almost hourly to see if YouTube's decided to overturn their decision, and we can only pray they don't. justice has at least been somewhat served with Owen being off the platform, but from what I understand, he actually has another account, or even a couple other accounts. Going back on his Twitter timeline, it seems like he has a side hustle of creating YouTube accounts, posting absolutely abominable clickbait on them in order to gain subscribers quickly, and then selling those accounts, as well as the play buttons associated with them. I will say though, I am a little bit skeptical of the Twitter account here because it only has 560 followers despite the YouTube channel having almost 4 million. But I could also see why it wouldn't have any followers since his content is only clickbait that people click on for 10 seconds and then leave. Even like 4-year-old toddler baby brains on autoplay. And then they'll just accidentally subscribe. So they wouldn't exactly follow him to Twitter. And he is having like a dialogue with YouTube, so I'm assuming this is the legitimate account. His newest post is also super embarrassing. It just says new bitch with him pinching a girl's ass. I don't know how people get delusional enough like this to think that these pictures are cool. I guess in his head he thought this was pure epic style flex, but in reality he just looks really goofy and silly. He's wearing a fucking hat that says icon on it, despite no one knowing who he is. He is a faceless clickbaiter, and I wouldn't be surprised if this girl has no idea who he is. He just convinced her, like clickbaited her, into thinking that he was the brother of Napoleon Dynamite. But of course, Owen isn't alone in being this shameless. Yes, he was a massive hemorrhoid that YouTube has thankfully removed, but there's still plenty more plaguing the butthole of the platform. I'm not going to show many others, but there are a ton of other YouTubers that are making content just like Owen did that he got banned for. Clickbaiting the passing of Technoblade. Now let me move on to the next big channel that I'd like to show you. This is Dream SMP Official. Except it's not official, and it's just doing the best it can to monetize the passing of Technoblade. They have posted 25 Technoblade videos since his passing.
My heart goes out to his family and loved ones. Hug those that are close to you. Tell the ones that you love them.
That's the content that he's posting around the passing of Technoblade. A screenshot of Dream SMP member posts being read by text-to-speech. And he posts a video on it and monetizes it. He has made thousands of dollars from this over just the last 4 or 5 days. And I believe Microsoft Sam is entitled to at least a good portion of that because he's got text-to-speech working overtime on this shit. Posted 25 videos on the passing of Technoblade. And this is operated by one person whose name is Runalong. And they were confronted in Discord about it. This is confirmed to be run by Runalong because if you click the Twitter associated with his account, it goes to his Twitter and the Discord. So it is not actually owned and operated by Dream SMP. It is just someone that's piggybacking off it and profiting big time. So in a Discord interaction, a user says, why don't you have the charity link to the side? Like, look at this video by Techno. And they mention the feature where you can add fundraisers to videos, which immediately put a donation option for viewers, which is right to the side of the video. It's used by a lot of people. And when asked about this, Runalong says, people can donate with or without it. I'm still giving a portion of my money away. Going a bit deeper, he says that he'll provide screenshots as well when he receives it. To which they respond, but I have another question. Why so many videos about Techno? I counted 17, so this is probably like 4 hours old because he's already posted an additional 8 videos since this interaction. I understand it's important in breaking news, but 17 is so many. He says, the more I get, the more I can give back. And to which they respond, and the more goes into your own pocket too. Which is absolutely correct. Since he's only giving a portion away, the more videos he makes taking advantage of Techno's passing, which is such a fucked up thing to even say out loud, the more he does that, the more money he is making. And yeah, I suppose by extension, the more money he gives away to charity, assuming he even does that, which I highly doubt. But regardless, this is dog shit. Every person right now, YouTube commentators who have made 9 or 10 videos on Techno's passing, all of them are hiding behind this, I'm giving the money to charity though, so I'm a good guy thing. All of them are using it as a way of deflecting criticism, when in reality it's blatantly obvious all of them are vultures trying to use this situation as a way of gaining subscribers and engagement. That's just the pure factual meat of it right there. There is no way of justifying making 9 or 10 or 25 videos on a tragic situation like the Technoblade situation. There's just no way. of ever convincing me that what you're doing actually has a noble cause. There's one commentator in particular who's been in some hot water recently, being called out by a lot of different channels. I'm not going to show them because, again, mainly they do these things for attention and just cheap clicks, and plus I don't want anyone to go over and harass them or anything. But they've posted, I believe, 9 or 10, maybe even 11 videos all on techno, and they have been trying to take this high road of all of the money that these are generating is going to charity. And then they gave an update saying, we've raised like $1,000 for charity thanks to these videos. But the videos have like, in total, like 3 million views. So bare minimum, that should be like 2.5 to 3K. So they're already being disingenuous with what they're actually making off the situation. All of them are using this as a way of milking a very great YouTuber's unfortunate passing. And they know it, the audience knows it, but they're trying their absolute best to spin it in a way that helps them sleep at night or doesn't make them look like an irredeemable piece of shit to their audience. As this was rendering, I think it's only fair that I mention that the YouTuber I'm referencing posted a video showing that they donated 3K to the charity in the Technoblade tribute. The videos actually earned about 2.7K, which he showed, and then he put in an extra 300 of his own money to get to 3K. And that's cool, that's good, money going to charity. But it doesn't at all change my opinion of him or what he was doing. It doesn't matter if you give every penny that those videos generate to a charity, because that's not the only way you're profiting from the situation. This commentary channel I just mentioned has gained 16,000 subscribers over the last 4 days, where usually they experience 1,000 subscribers per month. So in 4 days, they have 16x'd their normal monthly gain. That's fucking wild. What are you gonna do? Start donating subscribers to a charity as well to make up for it? You're not the good guy, no matter how hard you pretend to be. It's more than just profiting like actual dollars from AdSense. You have gained so many subscribers off of this situation. And even if all of the videos were not monetized, like if all of the Dream SMP videos weren't monetized, all 25 of them had no monetization at all, same with the commentary videos, even if none of them were monetized, you are still directly putting your mouth on the teats of this and milking it and capitalizing off of it. It's always great to celebrate a donation to a good cause, but that doesn't mean you have to celebrate the person that did it. Now, I want to make it clear before things get mixed up here, I don't think there's anything wrong with making a video on Technoblade, like a tribute to Technoblade, talking about them, going over what they meant to you, as well as just the internet as a whole. I think all of that's very positive and wholesome and can be great. And donating the money that those videos make through AdSense to charity is even better. But there is never a situation where you're gonna do that 8, 9, 10 times genuinely. Like, there's just no reason for it. That's milking it. That's taking advantage of it for your own personal gain. There's being respectful, and then there's being shameful. And it's very clear where most of these fall. Videos like what I just showed you from Dream SMP, from Owen, as well as touched on from commentators, where it's exceeding like this crazy amount of content all surrounding a tragedy, that's absolutely milking it and being disrespectful. And while we're already on this topic, there's another really awful trend that I want to bring up in this same general ballpark, and this happens with every celebrity passing ever on YouTube. There's always going to be those children that come from loveless, broken homes that'll make a video talking about why it's a good thing the celebrities died, or summoning that dead celebrity at 3 a.m., or they're in hell, burning in hell, all of that awful, disgusting shit. That's unfortunately been happening with Technoblade, and a lot of people have been posting that content all around the internet, and people have been sharing it in order to go to the video and leave hate messages, and that's exactly what they want from you. The reason those videos get made is for those hate messages in the comments. They're done in order to get quick views from people that are outraged by the content. They're doing it as outrage bait to farm engagement that way. So the best thing to do with that is completely ignore it. That's existed for a few years now in like a big way, and it's probably going to continue to exist, and the only thing you can do is not go over there to give them any sort of attention at all. It'll eventually just die out once they realize no one gives a fuck about them. They're faceless losers in real life, but online they can have some kind of presence by making people mad at them, and that attention is the only thing that gives them some level of comfort in life. It's sad, it's pathetic, but you have to just be strong enough to resist the temptation to insult them on the video, because by going to that video, giving them that view, giving them that comment, you're doing exactly what they want from you. So I just wanted to put that out there. I hate that shit, but you have to just ignore it. I think that covers pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today with this awful trend going around on YouTube. And yeah, about me, it's that this tooth, this one right here, that little bastard, is about 1 centimeter taller than the other teeth on that bottom row. And now, anytime you see my mouth open, you won't be able to unsee it. You're welcome. And the other thing you really need to know about me is that I cannot stand when people cause problems for customer service workers, in particular, fast food employees. I've made countless videos shitting on narcissists that are fishing for clout by exploiting fast food employees for views on TikTok or YouTube through pranks or just being a general nuisance, just a hemorrhoid on society. They're just normal people and they're getting paid minimum wage to deal with the most insufferable people on the planet. Just truly degenerate assholes, and my heart breaks for them. Fast food workers get abused more than a fleshlight. It sucks. And over the last week or so, there's been a new trend that has really blown up that once again just treats these human beings as if they're just NPCs, props for their TikTok and YouTube Shorts videos. It's filming your Chipotle order being made by the Chipotle worker.
I'll get a bowl. Yeah, for to go. I'll get white rice with that.
The idea is they're going to give you more food because they're on camera. And it spawned because people were starting to talk about Chipotle portion sizes being smaller than they used to be, which for the record I do believe. That is a conspiracy theory I'll put on the full tinfoil condom for, because I do think that's accurate, no matter how much the CEO likes to dance around in delusion and pretend that that's not the facts of it. I do think it is true. I used to get a Chipotle burrito after every lift in college, and I had innumerable Chipotle burritos, and over the last 3 or 4 years I've been very vocal about the quality of the food going down, in my opinion, and definitely, like when I get burritos now, it's significantly less than I remember it being back then. But I also think that's just kind of the industry norm, because I think the same thing about many other fast food places as well. But anyway, someone on TikTok came up with a cure to this small portion disease, and it was to just film these workers doing their job and kind of give them a bit of a hard time and nudge them on camera to give them more food. And this started to really pop off because a lot of people noticed that, oh, when they're being filmed, they give you more food. So that's the cheat code. That's the life hack.
Rice blanco pinto beans?
We'll do pinto beans with that.
Pinto beans, any protein for you?
We'll do chicken, please.
Chicken. Any queso for you?
We need some more chicken in that.
More chicken?
Finna fire on your ass. Put that chicken in there.
Alright, any queso for you?
This one is by far the worst I've seen from this trend here. This guy went in there looking to start shit. He's immediately aggressive and confrontational. The guy hadn't even put the fucking spoon fully into the chicken bowl there before he said, no, 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 need more chicken. He's there to stir a controversy for the sake of his video. And he is just shoving the camera down this guy's throat. If the worker had bent over, the camera guy here would have given him a full-blown fucking colonoscopy. He is right up in his business to just be this insufferable douchebag that's hassling him for the sake of this video that he's filming. Now, it's filmed from another angle, but I can't find that full video. I can only find this one through Twitter.
We need some veggies. Get some green veggies. Yep, a little bit more, little bit more.
No problem.
Little bit more.
No problem.
Straight up. Oh, they gonna have to hold me accountable.
When he was asked pretty politely to just stop putting the camera in this guy's face, not even asked to stop filming, by the way, just asked to like, hey, maybe don't be up in this guy's nutsack with your camera, he immediately starts yelling about it. He's immediately throwing a fucking temper tantrum. Even though it was a super reasonable request, because look at how close he's getting to this guy. He is leaning over the counter to get as close as possible. It's like he's going in for a kiss, like he's trying to fucking make out with the guy here.
Nothing else?
That'll be all. And if you got problems, I'll fire your ass up. Hold me accountable. You're gonna have to hold me accountable.
Sir, this is a Chipotle's. Why are you yelling and screaming? Why are you hooting and hollering here? Goodness gracious, it's like a hostage situation here. The worker did everything you ask. Leave them alone. All they requested is that you take the camera out of that guy's mouth. They didn't even ask that you stop filming, even though they should have. They should have walked over and slapped that fucking phone right out of your hands, douchebag. That's what should have happened. But it didn't. You still got to have your TikTok video, and you're still huffing and puffing about it. It's incomprehensible to me. Even when people who did this trend weren't harassing the worker making their food, I still don't like it. I think it is still dog shit. You're just being a nuisance to just average everyday people just going about their lives. They're getting paid minimum wage to make your food, and you're making it a huge headache for them by putting them on camera when I know for a fact they don't want to be. The reason you're getting more food shouldn't be some kind of mystery. The reason is because no one wants to deal with being shamed online. It's not like these people are just drones, AI that are cut off from the rest of the world. These people have access to the internet, same as you. They know what this trend is. And they know if they give you anything less than fucking colossal proportions that could feed a family of 8, then they're going to get insulted in your TikTok video. So obviously they play along with it. Like, it shouldn't be surprising that you do get more food when you film the workers here and put this big spotlight on them. Because now you've turned it into a huge song and dance, and they want to do everything possible to avoid a negative situation with their life here that you have now thrust upon them for your own, TikTok or YouTube short. I think it sucks. I think it is sucked from the very beginning. I don't like that the portion sizes at Chipotle have shrunk, obviously. But what I would never do is blame the workers for it. They're not making the corporate decisions for the portion sizing or anything like that. And if you do get less than you want, you can politely ask if you can have like another scoop or something. Like, that's just normal socialization 101. You don't have to resort to the nuclear option here.
And that ain't no issue. Anybody in here can get it. Straight up. You can call the police. I ain't break no law. Wait, what? Whoa, why you lying like police?
This guy's fuming so hard that he immediately gave himself amnesia and forgot that he just threatened the entire restaurant. She said, all right, I'm gonna call the police because you're threatening people. He's like, you're fucking lying! Who did that? Where? When did that happen? You're telling a fib. That's a tall tale. And I don't appreciate it, Buster. Even though, literally 5 seconds ago, he just threatened the entire restaurant for some reason. He's just having a full-blown voice-cracking conniption here in front of the entire Chipotle for this trend. And I still don't even know what there is to be mad about. He got big portions on his bowl. Mission accomplished. And he successfully made everyone in that restaurant's day a little bit worse. Yippee. Wahoo! That's great. So yeah, overall, I think that this filming Chipotle workers trend is garbage. I think it is just trash. I could bring up countless other examples because it's become such a viral hit here, but they're all so annoying. They're not nearly as bad as this one. This one is by far the worst I have seen so far. The only ones that I somewhat appreciate are the ones where the Chipotle worker gives them significantly less food because they're filming. I fuck with that. I think that's great. That should be the gold standard going forward here. You come in and you start filming the workers, well, I hope you enjoy 5 tiddlywinks of rice and 1 little glob of chicken. And that's it. Put a smile on your face and get the fuck out. But anyway, yeah. Don't like the trend. Hopefully the trend is over soon.